Hello and welcome to another Clone Crates Classics video. Today we're going to be reviewing more Clone Army Custom drop review. Today's is from November of 2022 because this is actually footage I had recorded before I had taken a hiatus, and I've decided to reuse it, but it turned out because it's so old, a lot of the audio is no longer usable. Sorry for the hand clap. And so I'm going to be doing this voiceover on top of the video to make it so it's a little bit more modern. So let's get into it. As you can see, it's a Republic Commando drop with varying elements of Republic Commandos. Starting at the very bottom, we have a couple of fixer type backpacks, 2 that are in camo and 1 for the Hornet. And then we also have another camo one that's for just normal Republic Commandos, which is like boss style. I think Boss is the one that uses that type of backpack. The first one here that's fixer style is based for like the Hornet, which I believe is a Clone Army Customs original figure. And then I highlight these different camo ones, which look really cool to go with the helmets that come later on. In addition to the helmets that come later on, these are awesome for recreating the Republic Commandos that have camo from the Battlefront 2 game. Continuing on, we also have these Blue Squad helmets. I believe only that very first one is the quote-unquote canon one, whereas these other 2 are just recolors of both Fixer and Boss, but they still look pretty cool. If you don't know, Blue Squad is from one of the 2003 Clone Wars comic books. It's a squad of fully blue Republic Commandos. They all end up dying in that comic book, and if you've seen the previous entry in this series of reviewing Clone Army Custom stuff, you would have seen that most recently CAC just released the backpacks for these guys, so you can get the helmets and the backpacks for them. Moving on, we have more camo style figures, this time with white camo. We have Commando George, Commando Riggs, and Commander Roger. I believe all 3 are Clone Army Custom originals. I do not recall ever seeing Republic Commandos with names like this. But yeah, these guys are pretty cool. They look like they fit in really well with Gregor, which is probably the purpose of these guys, is to be the imaginary squad that Gregor was with before they all ended up dying during the Battle of Sarish. So these are really cool. I don't believe there's any bodies for these or backpacks. Any backpacks or anything for these guys yet, so they are only helmets for the time being. Moving on, again, I highlight the camo Republic Commandos, the Jungle and Commando Striker, which I think that's the one that's from Battlefront 2. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. We also then have 2 more camo Republic Commandos, both in white again. These, based off of the names, look like they're based off of the ARF troopers that go to Teth in the Clone Wars movie. Specifically the one I have currently highlighted. I'm not sure about the other one. I think that's just straight up military. Or it could just be the other ARF, because technically both of those ARFs actually look a little different, because one's a lieutenant and one's not. But yeah, moving on, we have a couple more yellow bug Republic Commandos that are probably squad mates for Hornet. We have Bumble and Wasp. All we need now is a 4th member, which I'm not sure exists or not. But you could probably just steal either Bumble or Wasp's helmet and then switch up a couple of the body elements to make the 4th squad mate. Moving on again, we have recolors of Boss's helmet. We have both a dark blue and a purple one. These look awesome, but I don't think there's any bodies to give these to yet, so as cool as they are, I don't think I'll pick them up, but they do look really cool. And then we also have Republic Commando versions of already existing characters, such as Rex, Fordo, and Fives. Fordo being also a recolor at the same time, since he's blue in this case, which he's normally red. And then also there is a pink Fordo helmet as well, which is interesting. And then we also have a Commander Pink Strike helmet, which I believe is just a non-camo recolor of the previous Commando Striker helmet, which is pretty interesting. I apparently also show off that there's a backpack specifically for that trooper already. That's pretty cool. There is also, lastly, a Commando plain dark gray helmet, which is really cool, actually. I like this take on a Shadow Republic Commando. I know CAC already does have Shadow ones, which are just full black, but I do like this dark gray version. Scrolling up, we then have the rest of the Republic Commando stuff. So more backpacks. These are all boss style. So we have Tiger Shark ones, which are pretty cool. We do have backpacks for the recolors of Boss. We have a backpack for the Blue Squad. We got a backpack for, I believe this would probably be the Scorch one is probably for Wasp. Again, the target shocks, and then we also have a just normal version of Fixer's backpack, which is pretty cool. I know I'm not talking in line with the things I'm highlighting. I guess I decided to say this voiceover a little differently than what I've decided to highlight here, but that's fine. You understand, I hope, what I'm talking about. The only backpack I didn't mention in my little ramble there is there's also this backpack for 5s. Next in line, we have more Phase 2 pilot helmets. These are based off of the Phase 2 pilots in the Clone Wars show. We have Angle here, who I believe is in the lore. Then we have a Flames Trooper to go with the Flame Legion, that's a CAC original. We also have this guy, which is a Phase 2 closed helmet version of Oddball's helmet. He technically exists in the lore, just we haven't really seen him with that specific helmet yet. We also have Rod, Thunderbolt, Vinda, a Wolfpack, and then Goji. I believe the rest of these that have names do exist in the lore. We just haven't really seen them with Phase 2s, since I believe all these guys showed up in Phase 1 pilot armor and then never seen again. And then the last things for this drop are a couple of full figures. So we have a Airborne Ash Trooper, which is essentially just a 332nd Trooper in airborne armor, which is pretty cool to give more diversity to like your Battle of Mandalore mocks. We also have an airborne version of Hound, Wolfpack, a Hauser, and also Tiger Shark. These are pretty cool, giving additional ranks and units to your varying clone units that already exist, especially since I'm highlighting Hauser here, and give Hauser's units airbornes for some reason. I personally want to add airbornes just because it doesn't make sense since they were on Ryloth for the most part, but this Wolfpack Airborne would actually be pretty sweet, especially when knowing that Plo Koon, Wolfpack, and the 442nd were on Cato Monoidea at the end of the Clone Wars, and that place has a lot of air, so Airbornes would be pretty cool there. Yeah, that's this entire drop. Thank you for watching this older footage with me. I have been Clone Crates Classics. I hope to be able to retool some of my other old footage here soon, which will be also other Clone Army Custom drop reviews. So thank you again for watching. Remember, every clone has its roots in the original, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.